All right, so today we're going to show you how to quickly call JavaScript functions from a button. When you click a button, have a JavaScript function get called. So let's create a quick JavaScript function. So I'm going to say function, say hello, right? And when we say hello, we're just going to console.log. We're going to say hello, okay? All right. So there's a couple ways to do this. So the easiest way is we're just going to create a button, right? And we're going to say call JS from button, right? And so if I save this and I refresh this, you'll see that there's a button here, right? Call JS from button. What you can do here within buttons, there is a couple events that event attributes. So if you type in on, you'll start to see a bunch of them. On abort, on autocomplete, on cancel, on there's on a bunch of stuff, right? So what we're going to do is we want on click, okay? On click, and we're going to say hello, right? And just that's basically all you need to do. So you call the method or the function name that is in that event.js, right? And I have that embedded right there in the script file. Now if I refresh this and I test it, you'll see hello. It shows up right there in the console. All right, successful. So that's one way to do it. That totally works. Another way to do it, let's do another button, right? I'm going to say call from JS, right? So now we have another button. We're going to call the same function. We're going to call it slightly different. I don't want to actually add any JavaScript inside of my HTML, which is a lot of people, they like to keep all their JavaScript separate, which is also fine. So, but the thing is, this JavaScript has no idea that this button exists. So the way you do that is you can create an ID, right? And we'll call this my button, or whatever you want, just any unique identifier you can put in there. So now I have a way to identify this particular button, not any button, just this one, right? To do that, you want to go in here, create a variable, and we'll call, say my button element, right? So this is my button element variable, and to find that, you want to say document dot get element by ID, right? And then you just state your ID. The ID here is my button, right? Because that's how I called it in my HTML, my button. So now this element, if I were to console this, right? If I were to put my element there, and I refresh it, you'll see it says null. Okay, so why is that? Why is it that I'm doing this and it's giving me null, right? The reason for that is because the way that HTML works is it loads from the top to the bottom. So this is being called, right? This is being loaded. And as soon as it's loaded, the first thing on that line, it's saying, get me this element with the element ID called my button. However, it's only here, and button is down here. My button is down here. So what we need to do is we need to grab this JavaScript file and move it down here to the bottom, right? Now what's going to happen is going to load all of the stuff inside of your body, and then once everything is loaded on your browser, it's going to get to the script tag, and now this exists, right? So let's refresh this again, and there you go. So now you see button ID my button. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. So now we have access to this button, but now we want something to happen when I click it. So how do we do that? So to do that, you want to grab your button. You want to add event listener. Right? If you remember, we said I wanted to do a click event, right? So on the DOM element, on the element over here, it's on click. On this add listener, it's just click. okay? And then comma, and this is where you call your function. So we can just say hello, right? And make sure you put in little parentheses. Oh, actually, no. Here you don't put your parentheses. You just need to call the variable name, right? So here now it knows to call say hello, which is over here. All right, so now when I refresh and I call from JavaScript, see, hello. If I call from JS, hello. And both of those worked. Another way that you sometimes would see this is it would look something like say hello wouldn't be there. The function would actually be here, so it would be like an unnamed function. Console log, and we'll say goodbye, right? Oops. Okay. So here, it's going to refresh, and now when I click here, hello. Oh, wait, what's going on here? Hold on, just comment that one out. Refresh, and there's goodbye, and there's hello. So yeah, so that's a way to be able to call JavaScript functions from both JavaScript and from a button right here. All right.